How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel, and after a long wait we are finally at the Nurgburgring for the penultimate race of the Formula 1 World Championship for the Tyrrell's Last Dance series. We are in a good position. We might not win the championship today, but no pun intended, we could put ourselves in the driving seat for glory at Suzuka. I'm not quite sure how this one's going to go, but we'll as ever do our best to get through it. And I must say, firstly, as we see Damon Hill's concentrating face there on the road in front of him, I'm not getting my usual setup for recording these ones. I'm using a different headset, so I do apologise for the difference in sound quality. Because I've not got my usual microphone here, but I didn't want to. I was desperate to get back in to Tyrrell's Last Dance and Damon's Redemption as well, because we're very close to both the end of those ones. So we will just get cracking on here. So as ever, we are going to get our first 6 laps in for quali, and then we'll see how we're doing. This isn't up there with one of my favourite tracks, I'm not going to lie. I just find it, I just sometimes struggle to get into a good flow with it, as you can see there, and especially with the physics of the of Formula 1 98, it might be quite difficult. If we can get some drifting on the go, it might be quite good. But I've ground to a halt there on that one, so that is not ideal. That's not ideal. As we take a wee run over the gravel there. Whoa, totally lost where I was on the track there. I thought I had just gone through this corner here. I thought the kink was coming up next. So scrappy one to begin with here, but we're just going to get. We're not going to beat ourselves up with that one. Oh, hey, and there's a very nice spin there as well. So let's just get ourselves out of the situation that we currently find ourselves in. So that was not ideal. I don't think this one's not going to be our best lap that we're going to take through to the end of qualifying. Although we do go provisional pole there, as we're the first person to set a time. 1:34 isn't going to do it. There we go. As we get through a wee tricky section there, obviously it's very different to the Nurgburgring GP circuit as it is now. You come back in yourself and then you eventually do get onto that stretch there. But I think that's still used in some of the endurance layouts anyway. As we're going to get ourselves round here, very slowly indeed, but we do get ourselves round. Sounds as if there may be somebody behind us. No, is it just us? Oh, almost messed that up. We got a bit of drifting on the go there. Almost messed that one up. I'll follow the racing line there. So I didn't get lost that time. We almost lost it in a sense there. So we've now caught up with this back marker we're trying to avoid. It is going to be our teammate once again. So hopefully they will get themselves out of the way. As we are now coming down this fat finish straight, and we've taken a lovely 13 seconds there, give or take, off of our last time. We are 1:21. That's more like it, I think. Whee, steady. So there was some hairy moments there on that lap. So there is still time there on the track. We'll need to see how our competition is getting on. We will get that. We will get that when we come in for our pit stop after, on lap 6. Let's see how we are doing. And obviously, well, it has been a wee while since I've done a video on either of these series. I do apologise, but I hope you have been watching and enjoying the outside line. He's doing it. He's started a series on this torture. He's doing a season with Fizzy over on his channel. If you've not watched it, go and check it out. It is fantastic. Keeping me in a nightmare fueled, thinking about coming back to the game. But yeah, he's doing a great job over there with it. Come on, it's obviously getting the same struggles, but nursing that Benetton round the tracks excellently. Go and check that out. I'll put a link to the channel in the description. Oh, come on. See, that's just got that. I mean, I know that one's a slow enough corner in real life, but they don't need to make it slower by having again the Tyrrell having a turning circle like the Titanic. In fact, I think it's got the turning circle of the iceberg that sunk the Titanic. To be fair, it can be a bit of a lump to try and get round some corners. There's the kink. I don't know why I slowed down there for the right kink there, but we did anyway. So too much of the curb there, and he's want to rally. Almost cost him dearly there. It has cost us some time, but 1:21.7 from our second lap is still good enough to keep us on provisional pole for the moment at least. This is going to be our last flying lap attempt before we head in for the half-time break, as it were. Until we go around the corner. Here we go. Whoa, there we go. A bit of drifting there's actually helped us on that one. So hopefully, if we keep this relatively, if we can keep this relatively clean, the last few corners, we could shave off some time. We are going to meet we're going to meet a bit of traffic that definitely looks like a Jordan, unmistakable in yellow there, and possibly a Prost as well. And blue, or is it an Arrows? Either one, they're getting my way, and we've just ruined that there. We didn't make contact with anybody, but certainly that did not help us one bit. So that's our last attempt at a flying lap. Unfortunately ruined a bit, but not to worry. We'll come in and we'll reassess, unless of course we're going to be on to an absolute stormer of a lap here. We'll stay out, but we shall just oh, come on. That Jordan I hope everyone saw that. That Jordan didn't just brake check me, he just slammed on the ankles and just stopped right in front of me. And well, yeah, so this is, we don't need to worry about that. We don't need to worry about that stonking lap for this one. So we'll just head to the pits, gather our thoughts, reassess, see where we are. Don't think this is going to be a one stint qualifying, but we have been shocked before. I think we're shocked in Hungary. Was Hungary a one stint qualifying? Possibly. But we will certainly reassess and see where we are. We'll skip on the skip on the stand. I can't get this corner right at all, which could be a concern for the race. So for those joining us for the first time on this one, firstly welcome. But what we do at the pit lane, at the pit stop here, if we can get into the pit lane, is fast forward half an hour to see where we are in comparison. There has been times where we've not needed to go back out again. So No need for any other fuel. There is our thing there, although we have just crashed into a Minardi, which is excellent. So we'll advance time here 30 minutes and see where we are. So we're 1.4 ahead of Alesi, and Damon Hill's a 4 behind him. So well, yeah, I don't think we might not have a, we've not had any of the McLarens or the Ferraris set good times yet. So they've still to come. Let's see where we're going to be with 20 minutes to go. So DC he's for all intents and purposes finished his qualifying, as is Eddie Irvine. The 119.555 is what we're looking at. So we need to take, that's over 2 seconds off. So yeah, we do need to go back out and give that a go. So we'll try and get down to certainly if we get to 119, it was 8th just now. So that's not even in there. That's not even in the points. If this was to be the Sunday. So we need to try and shave a couple of seconds off there. We need to try and get as high up as we can. We need to we certainly need to get, although Mika Hakkinen wasn't there, you've got to imagine he would have been 4th there. There we go. So we go round there, not too bad, but this isn't a counter because we come straight out of the pit lane. We need to be ahead of Hakkinen. We cannot lose ground on Hakkinen. Neither of us can unless there's a well, I certainly can't. Unless there is a non-point scoring. The only way that I think I can win the World Championship on this one is if Mika Hakkinen doesn't score any points. Currently, if I was to finish 8th, I wouldn't score any points. But it would be advantage Hakkinen going into Suzuka. So we can't be having that. We need to stay on top of this as we get our first flying lap of stint number 2, and as we get it started. And we're through there relatively cleanly. I say 119.555 is the current provisional pole time set by David Coulthard. Schumacher and Irvine behind him. There we go. There was a bit too much spin there. There was a ground to a halt there. There we go. Right, so we're going to come to the kink now. Going to come to the kink, and then this is the all important corner here. Have we got through that cleanly enough? Yes, we have. Cleanly enough. I don't know if we were going to get much better than that. Can we get round here quickly? Yes, we can, reasonably so. But there's 119 there. This is going to be a tall order to try and get this. It's looking like anyway. Round we go. Still 8th. Need to do a lot of concentrating here. I think the time was lost in this corner, which I think we've probably just gained back there by doing a drift round the corner. That is sometimes that is the optimal way round. That was very quick. We kept a lot of pace in that corner. We've lost a lot of it here though, but we can hopefully the Tyrrell is a rocket ship when it wants to be. So for this section here, it is very, very good. Oh, we've just gone over the gravel there. Turned in a bit too soon. But this could be okay if we can get round here reasonably quickly. We can. 1:14, 15, 16, 17. We go pole 8-1-18-0-4-0. We have gone ahead of David Coulthard, and obviously starting on pole, we will be ahead of Mika Hakkinen as well. So we're just going to see if we can get some extra, eke out some more time just to consolidate this position. But it could be, we could be looking at another pole position here for Ricardo Rosset, which would be all important at this point in the season. We're currently leading the championship in our Tyrrell. Kind of a bit too much pace into there, I think. And a drift round that corner, wasn't really expecting it, but we drifted round there anyway, and we've lost a lot of time there. There is a good lap gone with some sloppy driving after the not necessarily unwanted, but certainly unexpected drift there. Now that was very clean through there. If we could replicate that 6 times in the race, I'll be very, very happy indeed. So we're not going to improve on that one. Back into the 121, so we will need to. We've got 2 more laps, 2 more opportunities to improve slightly on the time, but Michael Schumacher still had laps in second there, so we don't see anything below third. Don't know what Mika Hakkinen's position with terms of laps was, but DC and Eddie Irvine were, for all intents and purposes, finished with their qualifying session. They'd done 11 laps when we'd gone in, so I don't think they probably would be heading back out as well. Got a bit sloppy there as well. That was quick enough. Could have done maybe without a bit of the drift there, because we got round the corner easy enough, and then the car started to drift, which was not the most helpful. But here we go anyway. Let's get going. And we've aced the S's again. So is this going to be an improvement? It might not be. It's going to be close though. No, it's not. It is not. So we did lose some time somewhere. But this is going to be a chaotic run down there. We need to get our, really do need to get our noses in front before we go to that. Go to the first corner there, because that is, with how the cars react in this game, or sort of how the AI drivers react in this game. We really don't want to be in a pack there. We want to be well ahead of that, and I think we're going to lose some time here. So this isn't going to be. I don't think this is going to be an improvement. I could be wrong, but we'll need to find a lot of time elsewhere, because we did lose a good bit at the hairpin there. But we are heading towards. We're about halfway through the lap now, and we've definitely lost it now. We're not going to find any more time. Or enough time to improve, but that doesn't matter, because at this point in time we are excuse me, with probably about 10 minutes of the session to go, sitting pretty, provisional pole once again, as we are going to just come round the final corner and take the flag for our last. Take our last one there, and Murray Walker has confirmed to us that it is indeed another pole position for Ricardo Rosset for the season. So here we go, need to get our noses in front. Oh, we've potentially lost some time. We did get in front there. Right, we need to stay in front. Need to stay in front for this race down and get away from the chaos that could ensue behind us. And we almost spun. This is not what we needed. This is chaos already. Oh my goodness. No. That is not what we needed. We've got Ferrari down by us now. I don't know how that's happened. But we are now down to 7th. We are out of the points. We're out of the points. We're now playing ping pong with a Ferrari and a Sauber. Now up to 6th place. But that is not the start we needed. We stayed out of the chaos that was behind us by providing chaos for ourselves up front. That is just it's a nightmare start for Ricardo Rosset and Tyrrell. And we've now been hit by another Ferrari. Wouldn't surprise me if that's Michael Schumacher back down there, because that's the type of driving that he's been doing all season to us. He found us a threat. I'll not get over the dirty driving he did in Austria before our engine, our gearbox packed in. We could be world champions just now if that gearbox hadn't. Well, certainly we could have been crowned world champion today if the gearbox hadn't packed in, and that was a no points race. It was a DNF for that one, as we now go past a Williams there into 5th place. Alex Wurz is up in 2nd. It was Michael Schumacher back down there. We've passed Frentzen. So Coulthard from Wurz. So this could be good for us. If Wurz can keep himself in front of Mika Hakkinen. If Wurz can keep himself in front of Mika Hakkinen, that would be very, very good for us. What would also be very good is in the battle for the constructors, because I don't think we're mathematically out of the constructors, and there is 2 Benettons there in front of Eddie Irvine, and Michael Schumacher is pointless as it currently stands. I need to stay away from this Ferrari. He's all over the place. I don't think Schumacher can mathematically win the championship now. As I've just... Schumacher is out of the championship. He's playing for 2nd place. But I am driving as if I'm out of the championship here. This has not been a good race for us so far. And I did think this one we could come unstuck in this one. I wasn't confident, or not as confident as I had been at Spa and at Monza and the power tracks that we had. Certainly Monza, I did think that was proven to be correct there, because we dominated that race. So we're 3.6 seconds behind Eddie Irvine according to the timing sheet down there. Now that's not been the most accurate. Here we go, lap 3. We're coming up for the halfway point. Once we cross the line, we'll be halfway through the Grand Prix. I don't think we've put together a clean lap yet, or a really good lap yet. Oh, come on! As Frentzen, this is just going to be the story of the race. We're going to go off there, and Frentzen is going to pass us, and we're going to be 6th crossing the line. Pass Frentzen before the SAs. Don't spin! This is an absolute nightmare scenario. Hakkinen has just put in the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. We are down in 8th. Hakkinen is now 2nd. Oh, we've just hit Alesi again. That was the Sauber we were ping-ponging against earlier on. We are running out of miles here to make an impact on this race, and we certainly will be making an impact from the gravel. Our best time so far is a 1:24.48. That is miles off of our qualifying, and we're spacing the wrong way now. And we're now just getting ourselves. We're making more mistakes as we're trying to recover, and we're making more mistakes, and we're going further down the pack. This has been the story of. Certainly a lot of the issues in the damage redemption season because of that. There was an absolute nightmare of a race at Monza, because we started on pole at Monza and then lost it. Or started third at Monza. Eventually got ourselves up to 1st, and then it just went downhill from there. And certainly there was one at the Hockenheimring as well, where we were started pole, winning for vast majority of the race. ended up finishing third because we spun 2 laps in a row. So it's not been so bad, and the mistakes haven't been as bad in the Rosset series because it's been a lot of the thing has been fairly straightforward. But this race, I think the pressure is getting to us. We were on the precipice of glory. Starting pole, we could have all but wrapped up the title. But as it stands, it was always going to go down to Suzuka, but it's just made Suzuka must win from our perspective. As we drift round there, that's what we've been trying to do to get some time back for some of these laps. We're just thinking Johnny Lacey is not. Where is Johnny Lacey? He's nowhere to be seen, which means Schumacher and Frentzen are nowhere to be seen in front of him because he wasn't exactly close to them. This is DC starting his last lap. We really need Alex Wurz to get in front of Mika Hakkinen. Hopefully Eddie Irvine too. We really need DC to stay in front of Mika Hakkinen. There's Johnny Lacey up there. I don't think if we could snatch a point in this lap, we've just gone the quickest. Don't know how, but if we could snatch a point somehow, because I can see some red cars in front of us, and again I get a glimmer of hope, and we've gone right across the tarmac. There's red cars in front of Johnny Lacey. We need to get back up to them. We need to get something from this race. Even a point, it reduces the impact that this performance has had. It reduces the benefit to Mika Hakkinen, who's currently in second place. He'll be getting 6 points as it currently stands. If there's no team orders from the McLaren garage, Mika Hakkinen will only be getting 6 points. If we can reduce the impact to 5, that would be excellent. But we need to pass Johnny Lacey, Heinz-Harald Frentzen, and probably Michael Schumacher as well. If they're still depending on what the I've not passed Michael Schumacher, so it will be. So David Coulthard has won. He takes the 10. He takes the 10. We've gone across the gravel. We're not going to catch up with those red cars. This has been a disaster of a race. We're only finishing 8th. This is a nightmare. All is not lost, but it would have been a lot more helpful if we picked up a point or two, as we're going to go and see what the damage is. Hopefully not too much, but we hold our breath there. So there it is, David Coulthard, Mika Hakkinen, Alex Wurz taking the final podium step. Eddie Irvine, Michael Schumacher got himself ahead of Heinz-Harald Frentzen into 5th, and then Heinz-Harald Frentzen obviously finishes 6th there. We do get the fastest lap though. So here we go for the driver's points. And Mika Hakkinen leads us by a point. So it is winner take all at Suzuka. Think of all of the great title finales that track has seen, and we are going to add another one for the 1998 Formula 1 World Championship. Mika Hakkinen 87, Ricardo Rosset 86. We then have David Coulthard on 67, Michael Schumacher also on 67, so they're sharing the 3rd place as it stands. Then we have Eddie Irvine, Heinz-Harald Frentzen, Alex Wurz then with an excellent podium. Johnny Lacey, Damon Hill, Johnny Herbert and Ralf Schumacher are your point scorers. And we'll just go to show the constructors there. There is, so that's it settled. McLaren, we knew, were already constructors world champions. Ferrari have now clinched 2nd, and we have clinched 3rd. So it's all to play for from 4th down the way, but it is the top 3 positions are there. So Tyrrell finished 3rd in the the Constructors' Championship, excuse me, their best performance for a while. But we'll go back to the drivers' points. It is all, as I say, winner take all. We go to Japan for the final race of the season to add another page, another chapter in the history, or the title deciding history of that famous track. So all that remains to be said is join us then. I am thinking we may do a YouTube premiere so we can all experience it at the same time. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below if you want to see a premiere for that, so we can chat along the way, and we'll find a good time to do that. But other than that, thank you all so very much for watching to this point. If you have liked and want to see more, please like and subscribe. It helps us out a great deal. And we do have more Damon's Redemption content coming tomorrow as well. So please stick around for that as well if you want to see that. Yeah, all that remains to be said at this point in time is thank you all once again for watching. Hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you for the title finale.